have added the background into our game scene, what's next, my pal? Yes, of course, the wizard, our magic man of the game. Alright, so wizard means a superhuman with magical powers. Let's cut the mystery in our project and let me explain to you how can we add the animations of the wizard and make him do his magic in simple terms, okay? So let's do the steps one by one. Initially, move the cursor to the Object tab and click on Add a new object. From the new window that appears, choose Sprite and set the object name as Wizard. Then click on Add an animation at the right bottom portion of the window. So the core thing to keep in mind here is the fact that we are going to add the animations for the wizard. And that includes two sections. First is the idle animation when the wizard is not moving and standing still. Then second comes the walk animation where a wizard will be walking. So let's begin by setting up the idle animation in animation number 0 now. Then give the name of the animation 0 as idle. And click on Add to insert the idle animation. Now go to Downloads and select the idle animation downloaded earlier to set the idle one for the wizard. Yes, there it is. Select it and then click Open. Then click OK in the dialog box to duplicate the same to a game folder. Now we have to add the walk animation, right? So click on Add an animation again and set the name of the animation 1 as walk. Now click on Add and go to Downloads. From the Downloads, select each and every image for the walk animations of the wizard by holding the Control key. Then click on Open and hit OK in the dialog box. Good, the essential images are added. Now to make the images play as an animation, tick on Loop. Alright, the animation will now play in a loop. But we don't have any idea about their speed, right? Never mind, we can always check and adjust the speed of the animation using the preview option. So click on Preview to access the preview window. There it is. Oh, the wizard is walking too slow, right? Not quite the style of a wizard, so we can increase the speed of the walk. For that, move the cursor to the FPS option at the bottom of the window and change it to 30 from 13. Now that's what we want. Fine, now click on OK to confirm the speed. And that's it. So now let's add the behavior of the wizard to align its movement. As you know, the basic idea of setting the behavior is to provide movement to the object by using the keys in our keyboard. So to do that, click on the behaviors option besides the properties at the top of the current window. Okay, now click on Add a behavior to the object at the bottom right of the window. Which kind of behavior are we going to add to the wizard now? Any ideas? It is the platformer character behavior. We can add this behavior to get the wizard in our control. So click on the platformer character behavior option and directly apply the behavior by clicking on the Apply at the right bottom of the window. Along with granting us access to control the objects using the arrow keys, adding behavior can also help us automatically remove objects from a scene when they move outside the edges of the screen. Also, they facilitate the movement of objects in a realistic way. Great! So the animations for the wizard are now added with perfection. And let's now get into the game scene. So move the cursor to the Object tab, then click and drag the wizard onto the game scene. Shall we have a preview to see how a wizard moves in the game scene? Indeed. So click on the play button at the top left side to display the preview window. And there we have the preview window. Oh, the wizard just comes only to take a free fall and disappear from the game scene. Where have we gone wrong? Don't worry, my pal, it's just the lack of an element that we still haven't added. Guess what it is? The base for the wizard to stand firm. If we don't add the base to the game scene, the wizard will keep falling down. So yes, let's now close the preview window and add a base to solve this crisis. So move the cursor to the Object tab and click on Add a new object. Then choose the Sprite option and assign the name of the object as base. Now click on Add an animation and then choose Add option. Then select the base image that we have already saved and then click on Open. Further, click on OK in the dialog box that appears. Now let's set the behavior for the base. You know how to do it, right? Yes, by clicking on the behavior at the top of the window and then selecting the Add a behavior to the object option. We have to add platform behavior for the base now. So click on platform. The type specified in the platform behavior has to be platform and it is platform by default. So there is no need for any further modification. Therefore, click on Apply to set the behavior. Now we have added the base to the bottom of our background in order to solve the free fall plight of the wizard. And now we have to adjust its properties to transform it to suit our requirements. So click on the base to make the Properties tab appear at the left side. There, we have a Properties tab now. So move the cursor to the Properties tab and we can now primarily adjust the X and Y positions. Set the X position as 0 and change the Y position to 1090. Now to adjust the size of the base, click on Width and set it as 1920. Also, click on Height value to assign it as 20. And finally, tick on the Custom Size. Great! Now we can see that the base is aptly positioned at the bottom of the background. Did you know that the word wizard comes from the word wizard, meaning a wise man? Interesting, isn't it? We can now play a preview of the game scene to check the results. So click on the play button and yes, the wizard now safely lands on the ground. Let's move it to the right side using the right arrow key and make it walk in reverse by pressing the left arrow key. Also, if we press the space bar, the wizard takes a jump. Did you see that? That's how the platformer character behavior works. But the movement is not perfect, right? If we press the left arrow key, the wizard doesn't even take a turn to the left side, but directly walks in reverse without changing his posture. So now let's close the preview window. And we can code the animations to make the movements accurate. Click on the Game Events near the Game Scene option to go into the Events window. Let's add the first event now. And this will be the instance when the wizard walks towards the right direction. So click on Add a new event to create a brand new event. Then click on Add Condition. As we are adding the condition for the movement of the wizard, search with the keyword moving in the search bar. From the search results, select the condition is moving. From the small window at the right, choose the object as wizard and then click on OK. Now let's add the next condition to set the right arrow key as the key to move the wizard to the right. So click on Add Condition and search key in the search bar. From the list of results, select the key pressed condition, then assign the key as right from the window at right. There, we have the right option to appear as we type right in the key option. So select right and hit the OK button. As the conditions are added to move the wizard to the right, let's now add the action for the same. So click on Add Action and search Change. Choose the very first action. Change the animation action from the search results. Now select the object as wizard and choose the operator as set to. As the walk animation is the animation number 1 in a game scene, assign the value as 1 and click OK. So we have added the action part. But from the last preview, you might be wondering why the wizard is moving straight even if we press the left arrow key. But why is it? Can we do anything to solve that issue? Well, for that, we can add another action so that the wizard will take a flip before moving to the right. So click on Add Action to add the condition for the flip. Now search flip in the search option and select flip the object horizontally condition from the results. Then choose the object as wizard. Now there is the option to activate the flipping, right? Let us just keep the flipping inactive for now, as we only have to activate it at the time when we add the action for the movement towards the left. So click on OK by keeping the flipping option inert. Alright, we can now add the conditions to make the wizard walk towards the left. But we don't want to repeat the whole steps again. Instead, we can just copy the first event and paste it to modify the conditions for the walk towards left. So right click on the first event and select copy. Then click on add a new event and right click on the new event. Now select paste to copy the event. We want to change the right key as left for this condition, right? So click on right in the right key is pressed condition. Then remove the text right and type the new text as left. There we have the left option. So select it now. Alright, in the action part, we have to flip the wizard to the left side before it walks, right? So move the cursor to the action for the flip and click on No. Then choose Yes from the Activate the Flipping option to activate the flipping. Did you know the magician who popularized the specific appearance for magicians was Alexander Herman, also known as Herman the Great? It was after him that magicians all over the world started to wear their costumes in the famous style with a top hat, goatee and tailcoat. Okay, so as the events for the animation are set, let's now take a preview to see how it will come out. So click on play button and press right arrow key to make the wizard walk in the right direction. Yes, the wizard is walking and walking. And oh, it keeps walking on even if we release the right key, right? So to clear this issue, we have to introduce the idle animation at the moment when the movement has to stop. Then let's set the appropriate condition for it in the game events by closing the preview window. So click on Add Condition in the empty event and search Moving. Then choose the second option, that is the Is Moving condition. Choose the object as wizard and to make the condition to its opposite purpose, which is to change the moving condition to not moving condition, click on Invert condition. Then hit OK. To add the corresponding action to that condition, click on Add Action and search with the keyword Change. Then select Change the Animation action. Choose the object as wizard and set the operator as Set To. Assign the value as 0 because the number of idle animation is 0. Finally, click on OK. Seems like that work is done. Now let's have a preview to see the changes. Then click on the play button to display the preview window. Now, as we press the right arrow key, the wizard moves towards the right. Then at the very moment we release the right arrow key and press the left arrow key, our wizard takes a flip and starts walking in the left direction. Also, the problem of the wizard's endless walking motion, even if we release the arrow key, is also solved, right? Now at the instance we release the arrow keys, the wizard changes to the idle animation posture and then stands still. That's it, buddy. The wizard's animation has been fine-tuned to perfection and it looks great to see.